Hello, hello, everyone. When you pop on, please let me know you're here by saying hi and let me know where you're watching from. My name is Linda Anderson. I own Aqueous Silk LLC and I do water marbling, but I also do a lot of other things. And today we are going to, I have my denim jacket here with a nice plain back, and I am going to take out the back of the jacket and I'm going to add this marbled fabric on the back. I marbled this quite a while ago and I didn't like the way the paint did not completely, it's backwards for me, dissolve in the centers, like right here. But I have a solution to cover that. So once I decided that, I decided I would go ahead and do this project. So what we're going to need today is obviously a denim jacket. I bought some thread, and I forgot to load my poppin', that matches pretty well the thread on the jacket. And then we have some steam-a-seam. So to tack it onto, after I cut out the back, when I go to tack the new piece on before I sew it, I am going to, I'll steam that in place so it won't move around when I get ready to sew. And I just realized I forgot to get my iPad set up so I can't see any comments. So one moment while I find it. Oh, look at there. It's right there. All right. I'm going to set this over here. There we go. So now we're ready. This is something, again, I've been meaning to do for quite a while, so I just determined it's time. And I haven't been live for a week or so, so I decided it's time for that too. And I would have gone live a little bit later, but Gonzaga will be playing in this the next round of the basketball tournament, so I had to do it now. So I'm going to turn you down so you can see what I'm doing. Occasionally I may point you towards the sewing machine when I'm sewing. Pardon me. We just made homemade pizza for dinner. It's so yummy. Pardon me. And I'm hoping the light from the window isn't too bad when I do that. So let me turn you down. All right, there we go. So, I'm gonna be working in the back here. And because I am who I am, I don't want to waste this piece. You could take it and fold it like this and take a good, these are my sewing scissors, and then cut it. But I'm gonna try to do it right along the edge, so I don't waste this piece of fabric. She says. And then I'm just going to cut this out right along the seam. You see that? And I'm just going to come right up here. I'm actually going to turn it over because as you can see where this is worn, that's where the seam is on the other side. So I'm going to cut right along that seam. Okay, now we'll will go across this, the yoke. This is the back yoke right here. I think I want to do this one from the front. Okay, and I'll switch it around to the back again, so we almost have it out. And across this. All right, there's a good piece of denim that I can use for something else. Okay. So now let's lay this out. Pretty straight. Now I've never used this before, so this I've watched it being used a number of times. So we'll see how it works. And I got the 1/4 inch, because what we're going to do is we're going to place this on the steam seam on there. Then I'm going to position this, and then I'll go press it down. And then I will prepare it and stitch across the top. We're going to obviously, once it's steamed down, I will cut off the excess. And I have a plan for some of the excess, if it'll work. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Just need to find the end of this. I'm going to put this right up against the edge. And I'm not going to use my sewing scissors to cut this. The lady I watched on YouTube do this, she was using like a very fine mesh fabric. And so this was very, very important for her to get this. It was such a lightweight fabric that it was important that that stick on there. Mine is a white denim that I marbled, specifically for this purpose. Okay, let's go across the top here. one more side. Today is going to be one of those days where I wish I had my camera on a device that I could roll between different areas. All right, there we go. Put these back in the packaging. So now this is sticky with, this has a paper top on it. Let's see, am I supposed to press it in between? Okay, there's one edge. Okay. Hey Tracy, hi Barb. How are you? Okay. I was up here sewing a little bit today, working on my quilt that I have going. I finished off a blinged tumbler today. Now I've got to get this one started. Okay. All right, there that is all off. Hi Holly, how are you today? Happy Sunday. Again, this is the fabric we're putting on the back. This is my marbled fabric. It's marbled denim. Okay, so I'm going to take this very carefully over to the ironing board, and I'm going to try to turn the camera, and we'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, you'll just have to wait a minute while I'm gone. So hold on, let me try to turn you. That's where I'm headed. I'm going to be pressing this, steaming it in place, so I can then sew it down. All right, that didn't work very well. Not very well at all, I should say. So let's move this aside. I need a larger pressing surface. All right, stay in place. Stay in place. Okay. Now we'll put the fabric back on there. Again, I have never used this steam-a-seam before, and my iron, of course, does not steam. Okay, let's do this side. I think it's more heat than actual steam that creates the bond, though. Seems to be holding it. So you could obviously do this with any fabric that you chose to change up and alter your denim jacket. This would be pretty if I had a white one, wouldn't it? I hope you've all had a great Sunday. Mine has been busy. It's been wonderful, though. All right. So let's hold it up. And that's what it's going to look like, obviously without the fabric dangling down below. So I'm going to bring it back over to the cutting table. And let me turn you back around and point you down. Yes, my room is still a mess, but I did clean off the table here so I could use it. Okay, can you see? Okay, so now we have this secured to the jacket. So now I need to find my scissors. Okay, there's the remainder. Let's cut up this side, and I'm just trying to cut as close to where I steamed as possible, being careful not to cut the jacket itself. They make, they're called applique scissors, and they have a big swoop down here that you can put under to kind of guide yourself. Right now, one of those would be very helpful. Okay, there's another piece, nice size piece. So now we'll do it across the top. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I'm going to need to pull this down just a little bit. All right. So there we go. It is now steamed in place. So this is how it's going to look when I get done. So I'm going to go right around this inside seam and stitch that on there. And that will hold it in place permanently. So now I'm going to go over, these little strings here are going to drive me crazy. So I will trim them down. I have a few just right along here that I will work on, but I won't do it right now. So this is the thread. Let me see if I can find the end. Usually you can see where they bring it down and there's this little groove right here in the bobbin or the spool, and you can see where they brought it down to lock it in. There it is. But as you can see, that's going to match fairly well. You can barely even see it on the jacket. So now I need to load a bobbin with this color thread and then thread the machine. So I'm going to turn you again because I'll be sitting over there. So hold on, we're going for another ride. This is what I said about a rolling. Let's see if I guessed it right. That's pretty good. Okay, so let me get over here. I obviously can't see comments, if there's any comments. This is the white thread I was using. Oh, that's not good. I guess it is. You can see this side. You can see where I'm sewing. And if, for those of you who do not sew, this is the bobbin. And you put thread on this, and that goes under the machine. So what I have in here now is the white I was using to work on the quilt. Okay. Got the old one out. Let's get a hole poked in there. This one, this is new to me. This is a new machine to me. It's an old machine. My mom had one almost exactly like this one when I was growing up. And my old one that I had for years, it went through 4-H, teaching 4-H for many, many years. Gave up the ghost. Whoops, wrong one. And I was heartbroken. And when I found this one for sale, there's no electronic about it. And I was just so excited, and I grabbed it. And I've been so happy with it. It sews beautifully. It was all redone, and it's amazing. I looked at, Bernina that was several thousands of dollars. And then I've heard a lot of people with Berninas have problems with them, the electronics, the boards go out. I don't have that with this. Okay, I'm not gonna fill this bobbin all the way. Let's see, I see some comments. Thank you, Ramona. Let me make sure I have this turned up. Sorry for the wiggles. Okay, it's turned up all the way. So that should be enough thread. I only have to go around that area once. I put the bobbin in the bobbin casing, and then put it where it belongs. And then I will take this, I will thread the top. It's another thing, it was so wonderful I didn't have to relearn. Mine was just the plain Jane model of this sewing machine, very plain. And you know, I should put a denim needle in here. There. Oh, I don't know where my little well, we're going to go with what we have in here. Hopefully it works. We'll give it a try. Usually I thought my needles were in there. All right, there we go. Bring the bobbin thread up. All right, so now let's sew. Now the first thing I'm going to do is check to see my stitch length. I want it to be about the same as what is on the jacket. So I'm going to do a little test here. And I know I need to lengthen it. Okay, that looks perfect. All right, here we go. I'm going to start going forward, and then I'm going to back up, and I can't see the same comments on my iPad that are on my phone. I can see them when I sit down. Hi, Margie. No worries. I didn't give any notification. We are altering my denim jacket tonight. This is a project I've been thinking about for a long time. Tonight's the night. So I am just absolutely following the seam line that's already there. So you definitely can tell that it's been stitched twice, but I don't think anybody that, you know, is walking by is going to say, oh, did you see that? She has 2 stitches on her jacket on the back. I don't think it's going to be noticeable at all. And if you don't sew, I am not pushing the fabric through. It just, the machine will pull it through all by itself. Get the sleeve on that side. Okay, I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to start on this very bottom, cut the thread, and start on the very bottom along the waistband. This is a little thicker right here. Barely fits under my presser foot. But it's sewing it like a dream. There we are. We've been all the way around. So now that is steamed in with a steam-a-seam, and it's sewn in. So it's not going anywhere. More threads. Let me cut these threads off. Okay, I'll bring you back over here. And then I'll put you down so you can see it. Look at the mess back there. All right, and there's the jacket. So look, this is the seam, a close-up of the seam, and I just followed this inside line. You can barely tell at all that there is an extra line of stitching there. If you looked really hard, you would know. And then I have these tiny little scissors here that I can come and trim off some of this that's sticking up that I don't like, and just clean that up a little bit. And I'm going to do that along the bottom. So now the next question is, do I want to do something to the front somewhere, or because I don't want to mess with a buttonhole at all, or do I want to work with a collar? And if I'm doing a collar, see, I don't have enough for the length to do the whole thing. I could seam it in the middle. I still wouldn't have enough because it'd be, well, I would, because it would. Because I could trace this on some paper and cut one out and just cover it with the same fabric. Or I can tell you, I am going to, in these little spots, because this is why I didn't use this fabric in the beginning. To me, these look like boobs. So I'm going to put a crystal over each one of those. In fact, let me go get this. Let me go get the supplies. I'm a little slow coming down the stairs, so it's going to take a minute, but I'll show you. This will only take a sec to get all of these done. Let me go get my supplies, and I'll do it right now. Okay. I'm happy to report that I can now walk upstairs normally. I'm a little slower, but I can do it. I can't go downstairs yet normally. Okay. So the way I do my glue is with a syringe. I do use E6000. When I learned how to do this, oh, I'm out of breath. Whoops. I watched a lady who was doing a pair of toe shoes. And if you're going to be dancing in a ballet with sparkles on your toes, that it has to hold well, in my mind. Catch my breath. And then I use a little tip, and that's how I apply my glue. So let me get a few crystals out here. This is my waxed end picker. I call it my picker. It's the tool that picks up the crystals. All right. So let's start right here. So I always hold it like this. And E6000 is very thick. And I am not afraid to really put it on. Let's find this scrap. It does keep oozing out after you get it started. So I will apply that just like that. So in just a couple minutes, I will have completely changed the look of this jacket. Hi Ellen, how are you? I loved your bunnies today. If you don't already follow Ellen Wellen Designs, I highly recommend her. She does great stuff on there. I don't get to watch all the time, but I love it when I get to see her creating. She and Angie made cute little bunnies with a piece of sliced wood today. And Angie is brushes and boards, stencil it up. So I think that's going to give just a little bit of fun on there. It's going to hide the, you get little glue boogers on the end of your application tip sometimes. And I was worried about finding the right color pink crystal, but then these are crystal AB, size SS16. Thank you, Ellen. And they will pick up, they have the AB coating on them, so it'll pick up the pink very easily and a lot. So I thought that would work. And the E6000, again, it holds very well. It's what I use when I bling my marbled hats. So see, I just have a couple more. I have 4 more. And then once they dry, I will trim up this bit. pockets. Make sure they're pressed down into that glue. Here, let me bring it down just a little bit more. While I do these last two. Okay, and the last one. Oh, I estimated the exact amount of glue I needed. Unfortunately, my syringes are not reusable. I can usually refill them once, but then after that, it's just a disaster. So there we go. So I can take this same idea. I'm going to let those just sit. I could run, if I want to, some bling around the collar and add that. So I just don't know. Let me know what you think, if I should go ahead and add some of the fabric to the front or just leave it on the back. It's kind of a unexpected surprise when you see the back of the jacket versus the front. So this will set up quite quickly. I just really love it. I am so happy I did this. I have lots of denim, white denim to do, and I'm so happy that I thought about this. I was watching the lady, as I said, she had a decorative, real fancy net, mesh netting kind of fabric, like you would use in formal wear, and she was putting hers on the back. Thank you, Ellen. It was so quick and simple. I don't know why it took me so long to do it. I guess my holdup was the fabric, but now I have a reason to, or I figured out a way to fix the issue with fabric, and I love it. I can't wait until it's warm enough to just wear this jacket. I'll be wearing it all the time. So that's all I have today. I still need to, hi there. How did I get the piece on the jacket? I cut out the back. You can go in and watch the first part, but I cut the back out, and then I used steam-a-seam to hold the fabric in place where I needed it, and then I went to the iron, I steamed it on, and then I stitched it on, and then I put the bling on. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, hi, Tammy. I'm just getting ready to hop off. You can pop up and watch from the beginning. But thank you all for joining me. I am so excited about this jacket now. I'm a denim girl. I love denim and casual, comfy sweatshirts. So having this denim done now with some of my marbled fabric makes me very, very happy. So I will wait for this to set up. It'll be about a half hour, and then I can touch it and move it around, and I'll trim up that bottom edge that's bothering me. And then at some point, I'll figure out what to do with the denim here. I love having denim, so that's it. If you have any questions after you watch the video, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. But we'll see what I decide to do with the, let me see if I don't know if the crystals are ready to be held up, Ramona. I need to make sure the glue is not dry, still runny. I don't want the crystals to slide. I will post a photograph of it hanging on a hanger later, okay? So watch my page for that. But I'm very, very excited about it, and I appreciate each one of you who were here with me while I did this quick project. And I hope you have a wonderful week as we get ready to face another Monday and all the stress that comes with work. But I wish you a wonderful week. I would like to be sure to remind you to share your smile with someone. It just may make their day. And it doesn't cost you anything, and it makes you feel wonderful. So remember to smile. Take care, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. You too, Ellen.